Namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Transformation Sunday. Before we begin, let us invoke. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of the inner peace, happiness, and joy within the heart. Smile. Smile. Come on, inside and out. Remember, when you smile, it's a mudra. When the corners of your mouth go up, it activates the heart. Be aware of the crown, the entry point of spiritual energy from above. Be aware of the heart and the crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kuk Sui, Lord Mahaguru Jamiling, the Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, the Buddha of compassion and mercy. To all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers. To our divine selves or higher souls, we humbly invoke for your divine light, love, and power, for your divine help, guidance, and protection, for inner and outer healing, especially emotional and psychological healing. Thank you for blessing us with self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-compassion. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. With gratitude, respect, and love, so be it, so be it, so be it. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me turn the volume up a little bit here, just in case it's squirrely in the recording. Okay, well, topic for today. This is a topic that has a very deep rabbit hole. As with any of the topics in spiritual teachings, they're infinite in their nature. So somebody was sharing with me the other day that they started reading a book that they read 20 years ago. And it's like reading a new book. Why? Because it's a high-level book that contained many high-level spiritual teachings. And as they've grown and evolved as a soul, their ability to understand and grasp things is greater. Now, if you read a book 20 years later and you get the quote-unquote same message out of that book, then that's an indicator that either A, the book didn't have very advanced teachings, or the teachings were very trendy at the time, so they're not applicable lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, right? Like the principle of sowing and reaping, or the law of karma. We're not going to outgrow it. We're not going to outdevelop it. We're not going to go, yeah, I figured that out, right? But if it's a very, very specialized thing that only is applicable at that point in history, then it doesn't have staying power. So, so either the teachings were not very advanced that were in the book, or the person has not grown and evolved. That's why you can keep going back to the great holy scriptures and constantly get information and energy, because your consciousness keeps expanding, hopefully, through your spiritual development, and then you get your listening changes. It's like taking basic pranic healing and reviewing it every 6 months, every year. You're like, inevitably people go, I don't even remember hearing that in class. Has that been said before? And the instructors have to follow a protocol, right? And they're like, yeah, we've covered that every time. Really? Are you sure we've covered that? Yeah. But the listening is different because you're different. So for today's topic, we've heard this before. We're going to put our own little individual spin on it, but I want to share a story with you to kind of set the stage. So gather around, children. So many, not many years ago, but about, 6 years ago, at the time, the love of my life, the person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and had no if, ands, or buts that this was the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with, the relationship ended up dematerializing, right? And for a long time, I was taking a lot of the responsibility, but through practicing understanding, transforming myself from the inside out, I realized, hey, relationships are about this person takes responsibility and this person takes responsibility. So for a relationship to work, it's not solely on one person's shoulders, which is what my viewpoint was at the time. So when that relationship ended, it was one of the most difficult experiences of my life. And I said, okay, well, what have I been taught in pranic healing? What have I been taught to do in order to move my life forward? Okay, I've been taught to do healing. So I did healing on myself and I did healing on her. What else have I been taught? Understanding, okay, seeing it from her point of view, seeing it from my point of view, seeing it from the different levels of truth, different facets of truth. Okay, reduce my suffering. Okay, forgiveness. Of course, I got to sit down and practice my forgiveness. I did things that I was shameful of, that I was guilty of, that I wish I could have taken back. So I'm going to do, and she did things that hurt me and caused me injury. So I'm going to do forgiveness. So I did this for not a period of a couple weeks, not a period of a couple months, but on and off. It wasn't regular, right? It wasn't every single day. It wasn't every week. But I did these practices of healing, understanding, and forgiveness consistently for years. Not regularly, as in every week, every day, but consistently for years. And over the years, the energy would fade in and out. The connection would be in and out. I would hear from this person maybe every 6 months, an email, text message, and I would respond. I would respond like, hey, let's get together for coffee. Let's have that closure, right? The closure was never there. And I was like, I reach out and then she never reaches back out. So she'll reach out to say something to me, to hook me, to engage me, and then I'll reach out and nothing for another 6 months or 7 or 8 months. And this pattern continued for years and I couldn't quite figure it out. And so recently, I would say within this past month, I was working with my mentor on many things, and this happened to come up. And I was making the comment of, I go, this experience happened 6 years ago, but it's like this person is still in my day-to-day existence, right? It's as fresh as it was 6 months ago or 6 years ago. I go, this doesn't make any sense. We know about healing. We know about forgiveness. We know about understanding. What's the factor that's not allowing me to move forward? This person's moved forward. They're in a relationship. They're living with this person, and for all intents and purposes, it's working out, right? This person has healed, and I go, I don't understand it. What's the shift? What needs to happen? And she said in a very simple statement to me, she goes, the reason you haven't been able to let go and move forward is because you haven't forgiven yourself. And it was like, you ever have like a weight, like a hammer hits you, but in the hitting of the hammer, it cracks and shatters everything that you think you know, and then you're free? That's exactly what happened. Because I said, wait a minute. All this time I've been doing forgiveness on her. All this time I've been doing healing on me, healing on her. All this time I've been doing understanding on her and understanding on me, but I have never once actually sat down and forgiven myself for the mistakes that I made in the relationship. So that was binding me to her and keeping her energetically connected to me. And that's why we were continuing to, every 6 months or whatever, have a connection with one another. Because the two energies that bind us as souls is the energy of hate and the energy of love, right? So if you don't want to see a person again, the more you are angry at them, bitter towards them, frustrated towards them, you can't move forward. You're bound to them. And interestingly enough, within that one moment of insight and a little bit of practice around self-forgiveness, it's as though she's dematerialized, and that dematerialization is 100,000 miles outside of my consciousness. It's almost as though our relationship never existed. Something that was on my day-to-day consciousness, one profound moment of self-forgiveness, it's like she never existed. And I don't say that out of meanness or cruelty. I'm just saying that out of my experience. So why is this important for you guys? Because we are so ready, willing, and able to forgive others in our lives in general. There's always the exception, but we're so ready, willing, and able to forgive the people in our lives who have hurt us with their words or with their actions. But how often do we are we ready, willing, and able to forgive ourselves of negative thoughts that we have, negative speech that we've had, negative actions that we've had that hurt someone else and hurt ourselves? Right? Because here's the interesting thing. If you don't practice self-forgiveness, what do you have a tendency to do? To keep going back into the past, grabbing the energy from the past, planting the same seed, living the same experience, or experiencing the same fruit. So if you keep meditating on your mistakes, you keep meditating on why you think you're a screw up, you're going to keep doing that same thing over and over and over again. Now, it's okay to have a little bit of guilt, a little bit of remorse. Why? Because that gives you awareness, and with awareness, you can change, you can transform. So if you have no awareness, you're going to keep doing the same thing unconsciously. But what I was doing in this particular case is I was consistently hitting myself over the head with guilt and shame and regret over and over and over again. I wasn't giving myself the space to go, wait a minute. At that time in your life, you had this level of awareness, this level of understanding. You had certain karmas that had to be worked out, and this is how those karmas were being worked out. Right? So that would have been the better way of looking at it versus no good. How could you mess up? How could you do something so cruel, so unconscious, so this, so that, right? Guilt is the signal to do inner reflection from us and learn to change your life. Correct. So a little bit of guilt is good. A little bit of remorse is good because it's awareness to change. It's awareness to transform. That's okay, but it cannot be excessive. So that excessiveness is what kept me stuck psychologically and emotionally for 6 years. Right? But with the awareness of, hey, you're not practicing self-forgiveness, with the understanding of practicing self-forgiveness, guess what happened? Ding, transformation. Now, the interesting thing is you might say, well, what if you had that awareness of self-forgiveness 6 years ago? I wasn't ready to have that awareness because it's a self-evident truth. And also, now that I have the contrast of this is what 6 years of not forgiving looks like, not forgiving the self looks like, this is how much pain and suffering it creates. So it makes the lesson more ingrained in my psychology, right? So if you suffer, Grandmaster Chola Kuksui says, if you suffer, people who go through a lot of suffering and hardship develop a lot of compassion. So if I had self-forgiveness 6 years ago, and just like, okay, I forgive myself with no remorse, no guilt, the transformation wouldn't have been as profound. But you go through 6 years of pain and suffering, and then you realize self-forgiveness, why you're stuck, and how that can make you unstuck. It makes the lesson very deep for the soul. And now when I share this information with people, it's coming from a very deep, very rich place that can hopefully transform other people. Right? So the quick breakdown of forgiveness is you have your solar plexus, right? You're having an interaction with someone, and that interaction gets heated. It gets heated. And then there is no resolution in that moment. There's no harmonizing factor. They're screaming and yelling, you're screaming and yelling, doors are slammed, people are separated, right? So that energy goes from the front solar plexus and shifts into the back solar plexus. That energy is very heavy and very dense. So what it does is it drops from the back solar plexus and bleeds into the main. So that is what's prolonged anger and resentment in the back solar and in the main. And it builds up and builds up and builds up. And then when energy is moving from the main, it goes into the back heart. And that congested energy hits the back heart and then eventually over congest the back heart, bleeds into the front heart, and then the person has a myocardial infarction or a heart attack. It also, that congested energy in the main bleeds over into the pancreas, which makes one's ability to basically process their sugars, the pancreas and the liver. Anger is also in the liver. It gives a person type 2 diabetes. This is prolonged anger, right? It's not good. But when somebody says, I'm ready, willing, and able to forgive, the main releases some of that anger, some of that resentment, some of that heavy energy. Not all of it, but some of it. Just with the awareness of, okay, so-and-so hurt me. This happened years ago, or this has happened consistently for years. I'm ready to forgive. I'm ready to forgive. I'm ready to forgive. Just that, just saying I'm ready to forgive, the main starts releasing some of that congestion. Now, because the main chakra is known as a pumping station, so it pumps or pushes up lower, grosser, denser energies upwards. Correct. Also lower back pain. Yes. Typically, when people have lower back pain, my first question to them is, what did you do physically to hurt your lower back? Most times, nothing. And I said, did you get into a severe argument with someone? And most of the time, it's that. Funny you asked that. Yes, I actually did get into a huge blowout with a friend, with a family member, with my partner. Yep. Because the stress shifts from the back solar. Basically, what happens energetically if somebody is angry for a prolonged period of time, it's dirty red energy, that red energy is dilating. You've ever heard the term slipped disc before, right? So one of the discs in the back will slide out or move out of position. That's because of prolonged anger. Again, this is energetic, right? We're not talking about the anatomical factors or physiological factors or genetic factors. We're talking about a person who has prolonged anger. It's dirty red energy. Red energy is dilating. So it creates space, expansion in space with the vertebrae, and then they slip. And the person's back goes out, right? I know many people have had that experience. So when they say, I'm ready to forgive, the congestion comes out of the main, and then the main is the pumping station. So it pushes that energy up into the back heart, and the back heart refines it. It refines it. Okay. And this is transmutation. What's transmutation? Taking dense energy and making it subtle. So it hits the back heart. And in that moment, a person has the opportunity to practice gratitude. So I'm forgiving this person. I'm ready, willing, and able to forgive. I don't know why. Not quite sure of that yet, but I want to forgive. I want to forgive. I want to forgive. I want to move forward. Okay. So you forgive. Energy comes up. Then it hits the back heart. Then you have an opportunity to practice gratitude. Okay. What am I grateful for in this moment about this experience? Okay. I'm grateful that it's allowed me to understand myself and understand the other person. It's allowed me to practice patience, tolerance, understanding, whatever it is. It's allowed me to learn something. There's some nugget of, wow, this anger has opened up the doorway for healing, right? Grandmaster Choa Kuk says forgiveness is therapeutic. What does that mean? Therapeutic means healing of a disease. What's the disease? Anger. Right? So when you're angry, you have a disease that's destroying you, which leads to cancer in the long term. Most people, again, I'm talking in generalities, most people that are experiencing cancer is anger that's manifesting as cancer. So that's why forgiveness is therapeutic, because something that is therapeutic is the healing of a disease. What is this healing? Anger. So as you practice forgiveness, you're healing anger, which is healing the mental body, emotional body, etheric and physical bodies. Okay. Cords. In general, yeah, we have cords to the kidneys, cords to the main, and cords to the back solar and back heart. If it's connected to betrayal, if it's betrayal, it's connected to the back heart. Okay. So then you have the opportunity for gratitude. So the energy gets refined again. So forgiveness to gratitude, main to back heart. And then when it shifts one more time into the crown chakra, that's known as compassion. That's known as compassion. So in the Christian faith, they talk about forgiveness, which is the lower level of compassion. In the Buddhist faith, there is no such thing. There is no word for forgiveness. There's only compassion, because they are coming from the principle of oneness. There's nothing to forgive because we are all one. What I do to you, I do to myself, and what you do to me, you do to yourself. So when you realize, wow, that person who hurt me, because of the law of karma and because of the principle of oneness, they are going to experience that same thing 10 times or more. You have nothing but compassion. So think about somebody in your life who has caused you suffering, and think about how intense that suffering has been for you, either in a week or two moments of time, or maybe for years, some trauma or abuse that you experienced as a child. Think about that pain and suffering, right, that person caused you, and that's your karma, right? Now think of that person experiencing that energy 10 times or more. And it makes you have a realization of, wow, I have a lot of compassion for that person. And you have to recognize on the higher level of the soul, that soul chose consciously to be a channel for your negative karma. Meaning on a soul level, the person who hurt you said, I'm ready, willing, and able to be an instrument for this person's negative karma, even though I know that I'm going to experience 10 times or more. Now, is that on a conscious level? Did that person say, yeah, I'm willing to take on 10 times as much pain for this person that I don't like? No, it's on the soul level. It's a soul agreement between your soul and the soul of the other person. So on the higher level of truth, we have a lot of compassion, because we're like, wow, that person chose to be an instrument for my negative karma. And because of that, I get to neutralize my negative karma by practicing forgiveness, by practicing gratitude, by practicing compassion, and then I can move forward with my life. I get to let go of those anchors. But what most people do when something bad happens to them, when there's an injustice in their lives, they hold on to it for a year, for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20 years, or till next lifetime. So there's a lot of pain. So that's why forgiveness is therapeutic. That's why forgiveness is important. And that's why forgiveness, this is key, forgiveness needs to be practiced daily. Forgiveness needs to be practiced daily. So you go, well, what does this have to do with me? What does this have to do with self-forgiveness? Because if you can't forgive yourself, it's very difficult to forgive other people. When you forgive yourself, you build good self-esteem. When you forgive yourself, you're able to heal and move forward. When you forgive yourself, you practice also self-love and self-compassion. When you forgive yourself, you learn the lesson. Okay? When you forgive yourself, you're practicing self-honesty, because you're like, aha, I didn't see that situation very clearly. What can I do better? You don't berate yourself, chastise yourself, flagellate yourself over and over and over again. You just go, okay, that caused injury. I'm sorry that I caused injury. Wasn't my intention. What can I do moving forward? So you're continuously changing your thoughts, continuously changing your speech, continuously changing your actions, which continues to alleviate your suffering and the suffering of the people in your life. Arthritis, typically anything that's connected to a systemic issue in the body, like rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, typically anger. Because the solar plexus in those cases of arthritis, Parkinson's, etc., the front, back solar plexus and liver are super, 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 super dirty, super congested. So what does this look like from a practical sense? It's every day throughout the day meditating on self-forgiveness. I've been doing this and like the shift has been phenomenal, but I think it's because I had a big, big lesson to learn. Is constantly practicing self-love, self-forgiveness, self-compassion, like meditating on those three qualities all day long. Self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-compassion. Compassion means recognizing the human condition, recognizing that there is suffering in life and having compassion for that suffering. Like, oh, having a bad day, having, being stressed out, snapping at somebody, you're forgiving yourself, but you're also having compassion, having softness, having tenderness, having sweetness, and going, it's okay. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to improve. I'm here to develop awareness and to transform, but I'm not here to be perfect. So you have compassion. You have a lightness about you, right? That goes very, very deep. And so as you continue to practice these energies of self-love, self-forgiveness, self-compassion, you can look at the even cells of your body will start changing, will start healing, will start breathing better, right? And I have to practice it. There's a tendency in my personality to rush, right? Tightness with time, right? It's ingrained in me. It came into it with this lifetime because I've had it since like as long as I can remember, 4 or 5 years old. It's a tightness with time of like rushing things and like and being tight in that rushing. So I'm just practicing. Okay, self-love, relax body, relax, calm down. Self-forgiveness. Okay, you're being impatient, you're being tough on yourself, you're being tough on the people that you work with. Forgive, self-forgiveness. And then compassion. Hey, we're all in this together. You don't have to go through life being tight, being hurried, being rushed. You can be at ease. And self-forgiveness, or self-forgiveness, self-love, self-compassion, meaning it's okay to enjoy life, right? It's okay to enjoy life. And so part of this trip that I'm doing over the next 30 days is practicing that new awareness of it's okay to enjoy life. It's okay to have a good time. It's okay to smile, right? And then if I don't feel like smiling and if I don't feel good in that moment, it's okay, right? It's okay. It's recognizing I'm not perfect, which goes back to, right, self-honesty, one of the paramount principles. Because if you can't practice self-honesty, it's very difficult to practice other things. Okay? This is why one has to do daily review of your actions. Correct. Correct. So when we do inner reflection and firm resolution within Arhatic yoga, or people that have taken pranic psychotherapy or read the pranic psychotherapy book talking about the whiteboard technique, it's having those moments throughout the day. You can do it 15 minutes all at once, or you can do it throughout the day of looking at your life. Looking at your life. Am I being hard on myself right now? Why am I being hard on myself right now? What's the purpose of being hard on myself? It's okay to have a little bit of guilt and a little bit of remorse because it initiates change, right? But it's like, okay, great. I have to work on this. And then we work on this. But beating yourself up, berating yourself, being mean, cruel, harsh to yourself, it doesn't serve. Even as I'm saying what I'm saying to you, right? Because the energy is passing through me, I can feel my body lightening. I can feel energy lightening within me. It's like I can breathe, right? So I want you guys to be aware of how important self-forgiveness is. And it's a practice. And also it's like that. let's say you've been practicing self-forgiveness for 6 months and you start being tough on yourself and go, when am I ever going to get this self-forgiveness thing down? When am I ever going to get this self-love thing down? When am I ever going to let go? Why can't I practice more compassion to myself? This is so frustrating. Exactly. Relax. Relax. You know why? You know why? That's connected to pride. It's connected to low self-esteem and inferiority because you're saying to yourself, either because of social conditioning, your upbringing, who knows what the factor is, you're like, I should be further than I am. I should be smarter than that. I should not make stupid mistakes like that. But you did. And it's okay. You did lose your temper in that moment in time. You did cut somebody off in traffic. You did spend 6 years beating yourself up for something that you were unaware of at the time that you did it. It's okay, right? It's okay. What's the purpose of holding on to it? What's the purpose of being angry towards yourself? What's the purpose of being cruel to yourself? What does that serve, right? That doesn't serve a purpose either. So it's that delicate balance between you do something that's not intelligent and you have awareness of that and then you forgive yourself. It's not you do something on purpose that's mean or cruel and then you say, I'm just going to practice self-forgiveness. No, it's that delicate balance of, oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to do it like that. Okay, I forgive myself. I'll learn my lesson. I'll move forward. And then you move forward. Not, oh, such a horrible person. I'm this level practitioner. I've been doing this for this many years. I should know better. I should be better. I should be blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you didn't. You weren't. And that's okay. I like this traveling yogi instead of the reclusive yogi. Yeah, I was at the grocery store. It's funny. So some of you may or may not know this, depending upon where you are in the country or the world. But there's a grocery store chain called Albertsons, and Albertsons in general is a lower end grocery store, right? They have all the essentials. They're a normal sized grocery store. The average grocery store has 40,000 items in it. So this is a normal average grocery store. So in Boise, Idaho, I'm thinking, oh, Albertsons. I'm going to go to Albertsons and just get ordinary average stuff like I normally do, right? I go into this Albertsons in Boise, Idaho, and it's like rivals the best Whole Foods I've ever seen. I don't know what they got going on at this particular Albertsons in Boise, Idaho, but they have, plasma screen, high definition TVs everywhere. All the displays are digital. It's super bright, and they have not just niche products, but niche products. Right? You're like, oh wow, I've never heard of that kind of seasoning on a salmon, and then you're like, wow, I've never heard of that kind of fish with that kind. What is that seasoning? So I've never even heard of that kind of fish. And I've never heard of that kind of seasoning, right? So it's like niche. Beautiful, beautiful place. But it was great to just walk around. You guys get what I'm saying? What's my tendency? To rush in and out, make it happen. Come on, we got places to go, and it's that anxiety of like go 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 go. But because I'm practicing awareness, because I'm practicing self-forgiveness and self-love, hey, relax. You're on vacation. Not really, but you're on vacation. Relax. Walk around the place. Observe things. Enjoy the lighting. Enjoy people actually talking to each other. I've never seen, I don't know if this is like the hangout for Boise, Idaho, but there are just clusters of people, millennials, Gen Zs, all just clustered throughout the grocery store, mixing up with each other, talking to each other, like having connections with one another. I haven't been experiencing that in general for many months, but it's like, wow, this is what it's like for people to socialize, right? So it's being aware of that tendency within my personality. And then what could I do? What could I do? I could go into my past and go, why was I born with this? Why was I born with this tendency to always hurry, to always be in a rush, to always be anxious to go from point A to point B? Why? And then what am I doing? Going into the past, gathering that energy, planting it into the present moment, and then I'm going to reap more anxiousness and harshness in the future around that. Needed to hear this talk. Taking care of my mom who is in dementia has been, yeah, right. So if you catch yourself being frustrated working with your mom, self-forgiveness. So yeah, forgiveness to your mom, but then self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness, self-forgiveness. Because the cool thing about practicing any of these tools and techniques and principles is you become more proficient at them. So if you're like, God, I can't even possibly forgive myself, it's so difficult. Yeah, practice it every day for a month, and you'll be like, your awareness of self-forgiveness, self-love, self-compassion will go on another level that you're like, huh, I don't do that thing that I used to do anymore. I don't do that thing. It's out of your system because it's very healing. It's very nurturing. Again, if you could look at it clairvoyantly, when you start practicing self-forgiveness, self-love, self-compassion, what it does to your energy body is beautiful. It's amazing. But we're so used to doing this, beating ourselves up, destroying our own energy bodies from within because it's not other people, right? And I thought for the longest time that my ex was quote unquote still connecting to me and quote unquote still sending negative thoughts, negative feelings towards me. Not necessarily true. What it was is I created a thought form of guilt and shame and regret. I energized those thought forms over a period of 6 years. They built up a life of their own. They attracted similar energies to keep me in a space of guilt, shame, and regret. And then my energy kept going down. My self-esteem kept going down. My self-worth kept going down. Didn't feel good, right? And that's not with all areas of my life. It was just with this particular area of my life that there was a lot of energy around. But then as soon as I said, wait a minute, I forgave her, but she's still kind of there. But she's moved on. So what's going on? Self-forgiveness. And then I let go. And then it's like all of those thought forms, because it was a process of transformation, exploded, disintegrated. It was amazing. It's like, whoa, I'm free. I'm free. So I want that experience to happen for each and every one of you, of being liberated, of being free, of not being bound by low self-esteem, low self-worth, because those are all things that contract you. Those are all veils preventing you from seeing who and what you truly are. The church had a role in it. We were meant to confess sins, but not learn to forgive ourselves. Correct. Right. So what's one of the common phrases in the Catholic faith? I'm a sinner. Think about that. Think about that. A sin is nothing more than a calcified negative thought form. So if you keep saying, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, you become that, right? Not true. So make mistakes and forgive yourself. Have a bad day and forgive yourself. Have that argument and forgive yourself, right? It's okay. You're not perfect, because you thinking you're perfect is negative pride. You thinking you're above making mistakes is negative pride. Well, I'm too evolved to do something so stupid. That's negative pride, which is coming from low self-esteem, low self-worth. But as you practice self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-compassion, you transform from the inside out. Yes. So again, we hear a lot, even within Pranic healing or Arhatic yoga, forgive that person, forgive that person, forgive that person. You need to forgive the self. And it needs to be done on a daily basis. Okay? So I hope that helps. I hope me sharing my stories with you benefits you. It makes it practical, steps the energy down. I learn best through stories, and children learn best through stories, right? If we talk too esoterically with no form, it's like, what did he say? Right? So we have to have context. Okay, so I'm thinking, do our exercises. Yeah, okay. We are children, correct. We're all children of the divine. We're all children of the divine. We're all children of the Most High. Yeah, it's really fascinating because if I were to ask you the question, the person who did you wrong, watch, be aware of your energy as I ask you the question. If I ask you the question, the person who did you wrong, do they deserve to be forgiven? Yes, right? You're like, yeah, screw it. We all make mistakes. We all screw up. Okay, yeah. Now, if I ask you, when you screw up, how do you respond to yourself? You're like, well, that's bullshit. I shouldn't have done that. Exactly. Right? It's easier to go, you know what? So and so was having a bad day. So and so didn't know what they were doing. So and so, it's easy for us to be like, okay, I forgive John or Susan or whatever. But then I say, well, what about you? What about you? You're like, no, no, I should have known better. See, that's the problem. That's pride, negative pride, not healthy pride. That's negative pride. I should have known better, but you didn't. It's a self-evident truth. You didn't know better. So then why can't you forgive yourself? Just like the person who hurt you from unconsciousness, they didn't know any better. You can forgive them, but you can't forgive yourself. That doesn't make sense, does it? So you got to cut yourself some slack. Okay. So everyone at home, 2 rounds of exercises. 2 rounds of exercises. I'll play music. I'll pause you guys, and then let's do this. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you got your 2 rounds of exercises in. Move this a little bit closer. It's weird. I'm moving the thing that I'm on closer, and it doesn't change it at all because the camera's not moving. But at least the microphone's closer to my fat mouth. Okay. Sit comfortably. If you want to practice I am not the body, sit uncomfortably. Sit in a bowl of water or like a bathtub of frozen water. The outside is so beautiful. And I was looking, it's like the yin and the yang, the light side, the dark side. And as Master would say, no one is not all good and no one is not all bad. So within the light, there's a seed of darkness. Within the darkness, there's a seed of light. Within prosperity, there's a seed of poverty. Within poverty, there's a seed of prosperity. The yin and the yang. That was actually a fascinating conversation. Okay, so sit comfortably. Straight back. Do your best not to lean against the chair. You want to have the back meridian opened up, least impeded as possible, so energy flows. We'll practice 6-3-6-3 breathing. Again, you're inhaling through the nose, holding, exhaling through the nose, holding. Inhale for a count of 6, hold for a count of 3, exhale for a count of 6, hold for a count of 3. I'll count for the group. For the first breath only, exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, breathe normally. Be aware of the stillness. Allow your consciousness to settle in the stillness. Go even deeper. Be aware of the crown. Silently repeat. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Cho Koksui. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. I am the soul. We are one. We are one. We are one. Separation is an illusion. And there is only oneness. Oneness with God. Oneness with all. We are one. Be still, be aware. Maintain your sense of oneness and stillness. Gently raise your hands in blessing position. Be aware of the heart, the hands, the earth. Silently repeat after me. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. See the entire earth, every person, every being showered with peace, with lots and lots and lots of inner peace, with love, love of self and love of others, and forgiveness, forgiveness towards oneself and forgiveness towards others. See people being kind to themselves and others. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is doubt, faith. Somebody in your life that is going through difficult times, a friend, a family member, a co-worker. See them being blessed with hope and faith. Mentally tell them you can make it. I believe in you. You have all the capacities and capabilities to make this happen. You are a divine child of God. With God, all things are possible. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Shower the entire earth, every person, every being with hope and faith. So be it. So be it. So be it. Where there is darkness, light, sadness, joy. See the entire earth being covered with light. See the entire earth is super, super bright. Very, very bright. And within that brightness, see people celebrating, joyful, happy, fulfilled. Not just the physical human beings, but all beings. All beings are filled with joy. They're celebrating joy within that light. So be it. Be aware of your crown, your hands in the earth. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, and to be loved as to love. See yourself as a person who understands others, sees things from others' points of view, seeing them from their different rays, seeing them from their different professions, seeing them from their different cultures, race, sex, understanding why people do what they do, professional experience, educational experience. You are understanding others, and through understanding you have compassion, love, tolerance, patience. See yourself understanding others. So be it. Be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown, be aware of your hands in the earth. Beautiful, sparkling golden energies are pouring out of your hand, going to Mother Earth and all sentient beings. Just let it flow through you. No resistance. You are a channel. You are an instrument of the great ones. For it is in the giving that we receive. It is in the pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. As you let go of your personality and your ego, you experience greater and greater and greater oneness with God, oneness with all. You experience that separation is an illusion. Experience, not think, not feel. You experience that separation is an illusion, that there is only oneness. There's only oneness. There's only oneness. So be it. Amen. Saint Francis of Assisi. Gently lower your hands in your lap. Maintain your sense of stillness and awareness, your sense of oneness with God, oneness with all. Be aware of the brilliant, beautiful point of light above the head. Be aware of the beautiful point of light above your head. Smile at this point of light. As you hear the mantra Om, expand. As you hear the mantra Om, let go. Let go of preconceived ideas of oneness. Let go of expectations. Let go of your agenda. Just let go. There is nothing to hold on to. You are safe. You are protected. You are one with God. You are one with all. Just let go. Oh. Go higher. Go higher. Higher. Let go. Be aware of your soul. Be aware of your soul. Be aware of your soul. Be aware of the love aspect of the soul. Be aware of your mind, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, and be aware of the love aspect permeating the entire subconscious and conscious mind. Now, experience this merging of love from the higher soul into the conscious, subconscious mind. Now, Be aware of the higher soul. Be aware of the love aspect of the higher soul. Be aware of this love aspect entering your mental body, infusing your mental body with divine love, divine love, divine love. See it soothing and transmuting and transforming and renewing your entire mental body. Now, now, now. So be it. Be aware of the higher soul. Be aware of the love aspect. Be aware of your emotional body and experience the infusion of divine love into your emotional body. Divine love, divine love. All of your emotions are being transformed, transmuted, being soothed, healed, renewed with divine love. Now, now, now. Give yourself full permission to experience the divine love of your higher soul. Now, be aware of the higher soul. Be aware of the love aspect of the higher soul. Be aware of your etheric and physical bodies. Be aware of every particle and every cell of the etheric and physical bodies being flooded and filled with divine love. Divine love. Divine love. Your etheric and physical bodies are soothed, healed, transformed, and transmuted with divine love. Nurtured, nourished, softened. Your entire being is flooded and filled with divine love. Every particle, every aspect of your being is flooded and filled with divine love. Soak in these soothing, loving energies. You have full permission to expand, to saturate, to assimilate divine love. So be it. So be it. So it is. Om. Be still, be aware. Be aware of your heart with the deepest devotion and reverence. Mentally say, I am love. I am love. I am love. So be it. Slowly and gently come back. Move your hands, your fingers, your feet, your toes, especially your feet and your toes. Come back, come back, come back. Raise your hands in blessing. Let's release the excess energies. Imagine the earth in front of you. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Chola Kuksui, let the entire earth, every person, every being be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let every person, every being be blessed. Let every person, every being be healed of their pain, sorrow, and suffering. So be it. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Chola Kuksui, the Pranic healing or how to yoga, the Twin Hearts meditation, and higher teachings spread properly, rapidly, enthusiastically throughout the entire planet to alleviate the suffering of mankind. May mankind be healed. May mankind be transformed. So be it. So be it. So be it. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Chola Kuksui, let each and every day of this week, upcoming week, be blessed. Let Monday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with emotional calmness and stability. Let Monday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Tuesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with physical strength and vitality. Let Tuesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Wednesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with effective and proper communication among all people. Let Wednesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Thursday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with prosperity, abundance, and great success. Let blessings be to all on this Thursday. So be it. Let this coming Friday be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power. Let this week close out with happiness, joy, and leisureliness. Let Friday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Saturday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let us properly and rapidly learn our spiritual material lessons. Let Saturday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Sunday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with happiness and joy of a successful following week. Let this entire upcoming week be flooded and filled with golden energies. Lots and lots of gold in the environments, in our travels, the people we interact with, in ourselves. This entire week is flooded and filled with divine energies. Now, so be it. Thank you. See your friends and family members in front of you. See them as transformed. See them as healed. See them as happy. Whatever area of their life that is difficult, that is struggling, financial, physical, emotional, relationship, spiritual, see that area of their life bright. If it's a physical injury, see the physical injury being bright, 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 bright. If it's a relationship, see that person and the other person or persons as bright, healthy, happy. If it's lack of clarity in job performance, career path, see it as bright. So be it, so be it, so it is. And see yourself in front of you. See yourself experiencing self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-compassion, and practicing often and transforming daily and feeling amazing daily and healing daily with this new awareness. So be it, so be it, so it is. Place your hands down towards the ground. Be aware of the base of your spine, the soles of your feet. Imagine roots of gold and light going into the earth. Mentally affirm, my system is rooted and connected to Mother Earth. My system is grounded, it is stable, it is practical. Now, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, so be it, so be it, so it is. Thank you. I am healthy, I am happy, I am holy. Thank you. Let Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, good earth, good people. As you say that, see those different levels being flooded with gold. With good air, the air is flooded with gold. With good water, the water is flooded with gold. With good earth, earth is flooded with gold. With good people, the people throughout the world are flooded with gold. So be it. So be it. So it is. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. Be aware of your heart and your crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, Lord Mahaguru Jamiling, to Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, to the angels of the Twin Hearts meditation, to the angels of healing, to our divine selves, our higher souls, we thank you all for your priceless blessings, for your soothing, healing energies, for transformational energies. We thank you with gratitude, respect, and love. So be it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. How are you? You all right, Adriana? You need a minute? I'm wearing my Filipino prosperity celebratory shirt. You're supposed to wear this for New Year's Eve in the Filipino culture. Time to party. Lisa is very good, lots of energy, soft. For sure. We have this assumption that soft energies are weak. Anything but. Hard to come back. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, Lee, because when we were grounding, when we were blessing, I was gone again. I was like, oh, wait a minute, what were we doing? That's right, we're grounding. So even in the grounding, I wasn't there. It's funny. Indiana says, I felt was going higher and higher. Yeah. Has anyone, just so I know, has anyone found the outer periphery of the cosmos? Okay. Me too, Christian, the grounding. Okay.
Christian, that was an amazing meditation. There was so much energy. I was out a few times. Right. But the healing part, yeah, the soul energy healing, very special energy. At least that's how I felt it. And it also like woke me up. Like there was kind of awakening almost. And
Cool,
then
right?
when we did the black,
Cool, right?
cool, cool, man. Very, very good. And when we did the blessing, it was like there was a different kind of gold. And for me, it felt different. It felt more fluidic, more ethereal, different.
Because you're more conductive.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. All the bodies were more conductive to what? Energy from the higher planes.
Mm, very special. Thank you.
Yeah, it was profound. Yeah. So I would highly recommend for the Arhatics to store the energy today. Um, yeah, it's partly the blessings of Wesak and being diligent with your practice, and yeah,
So
beautiful
that's
energy.
what it was. I was, I don't know, really out there. And going through like the different levels in gold and going through portals, it was just amazing. Thank you. You're
Oh,
so right, Hattie. I couldn't put my finger on it. You explained it perfectly. It felt so different today. You know,
I love
maybe
it.
it's the Westak energy still with us. I don't know. I think it's Christian. It's his transformation helping us.
I'm just one of the little facilitators on this path.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you guys had a beautiful experience. More to come. Okay, so we actually did, you also feel integrated, right? You almost feel like you don't have to do exercises. Yeah, because that's partly all the bodies got upgraded. So there's the integration of the soul energy versus just being on the higher planes. The healing was integrating it for you. Good, 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 good. So that being said, let's not be lazy, right? Let's do our exercises. So I'll pause you. All right, everyone at home, 2 rounds of exercises and your Tibetans or mental physics. 2 rounds of exercises, your Tibetans and or mental physics. Okay, pause it now. Welcome back, everyone. Hope your exercises were very integrating. And you're now back on this third dimension. And that is it. That's our practice for today. I'm in the process of leaving here, getting some camping equipment, driving to Sun Valley, Idaho, which I think is maybe an hour and a half from here. I forget, I have to check the map again. And mixing it up. So finding a campsite and just camping out, keeping it simple. And then I'll be posting. So a new thing that I started 2 days ago. I actually didn't have the chance to put it up yesterday. Was seeking to understand, a new series that I'm going to be doing daily, and it's just posting a question or two about something that. Why do you do what you do? Why is connected to the asana. So if you want to understand something, you ask why. When you say how or what or when, that's the throat. The why is the ajna. And then the who is the heart. So who do you need as in other beings to make that happen, or are involving other beings that's connected to the heart? So if you guys have any things that you'd like to add to that over the days and weeks and months, let me know. You love the camping, seeing the stars at night. Yeah, that's true. I do love me some camping. It's been a while. I mean, it's been probably 9 months since I've been camping with the nuts. And that's it. So lots of love to each and every one of you. And I'm going to do my best to post this as quickly as possible before my checkout time on the Facebook group. And if you have any questions, let me know. But I will see you soon enough. Namaste, everyone. Bye bye.